Good Morning Britain presenters Charlotte Hawkins and Ed Balls were joined by Labour MP Sam Terry, who decided to join the picket line for the rail workers' strike. Labour leader Keir Starmer recently told Good Morning Britain he felt Labour MPs should not take part. Terry stood against Starmer's advice and gave a passionate interview which led to viewers of the show becoming more annoyed with how MPs were handling the situation. Terry explained, "This is the biggest industrial strike in the rail industry in nearly 100 years. If we don't take a stand today, people's lives could be lost. Some of the lowest paid workers are on strike today in the rail industry, safety-critical workers, workers that make sure our railways get people to work and do safely. It can't be accepted anymore. People just have to accept that inflation is out of control, the government is doing nothing on the cost of living crisis, and I tell you what is shameful. I believe strongly if we had Labour government right now, this dispute wouldn't be happening because we would actually be around the table. I tell you what, when Grant Shapps and Liz Truss come on the TV and say to you that it is someone else's fault, that it is the striking rail workers' fault this dispute is happening, what a load of nonsense." The Trade Union Congress had a legal opinion just a few weeks ago that showed definitively that it is the government that is agitating for this dispute, and it needs to be resolved. However, many were left annoyed by Terry's speech and took to Twitter to voice their own concerns. Jennifer Burks fumed, "This guy was passive-aggressive. What if our lowest paid workers in care, retail etc. all striked? It seems like only certain careers strike where others are told to suck it up and struggle." Andrea Crosby commented, "This fella made a comment about these workers don't make 25 grand, lots of people don't, I'm self-employed, I get less benefits in way of support, we can't strike, no work no pay, I felt he was aggressive." Tara Davison exclaimed, "Where was the relentless interruption when Sam Terry refused to answer a direct question like there would have been with a Tory MP?" Jane Lockwood added, "End of the line for Labour." Excuse the pun. At Baza12312 claimed, "This guy sounds like he is reading a script." Not convinced at all by his interview. At Rising Sun _9090 fumed, "I had to turn the interview off. How condescending. Think he needs to practice what he wants to say before going live on national TV." Sick, touching on what Starmer outlined, Terry continued, "I have no idea what Keir will decide to do, but I know this: if Keir was in government right now, this dispute wouldn't be happening. We'd be around the table making sure your RMT and TSA get a fair deal and making sure that happens as soon as possible. I have absolutely 100% confidence that any Labour Party MP will be in support of striking workers who are giving up a day's pay, a week's pay or even longer. By the way, this isn't just railway workers. We've now got the BMA talking about going on strike. We've got the communication workers, postal workers, and people in BT industrial disputes happening right across this country. The cost of living crisis is totally out of control of the 10 years of austerity, followed by people's wages in real terms not having visited in nearly a decade. Any Labour leader will clearly be on the side. Ordinary people matter what difficult decisions they have to take to make sure that they get the deal and the pay that they deserve." Good Morning Britain airs weekdays from 6 a.m. on ITV.